Kenya Kwanza government, William Samoei Ruto, if you want young people to hold guns, if you want us to go the Banana Republic way, if you want young people blood to be on the street, washike gun hivi kama South nini na tuaje Sudan na Lebanon. Fanya hiyo pumbavu ya 7 years. You can only push people so far. Hata paka ukimweka kwa nini kwa kona. Plug, hiyo paka atakugwara. There are things we cannot be discussing at the term limits. Na mazee watu wamekufa leo kwa OC. Juu ya NHIF. Mazee ma lecturers wako shule. Wanafunzi wako shule, walimu wako shule. Hakuna madawa. How can we be discussing term limits of a president who we are currently saying must go? Atumtaki saa hii. So unaongezea 7 years. Kuna vitu zingine wakijaribu bro, watachoma nchi na wanajua watumie akili pia. We can't have that discussion here bro. Ati sasa president akwenda 7 years. It's retrogressive, it's primitive, it's backwards. Not in 2024.
And not anytime soon.
No, the term limits of every MP and president should be 3 years.
Inafaa hata kupunguzwa.
Yeah, 2 years. We respect them. Moi alifanya nini? Tuna respect Kibaki alijaribu. So president, hata mimi nikiwa president leo nini ndafanya? Nini ndafanya 14 years that I can do in 3 years? Una get? 2 years.
Wow. Wanasema ati sheria ile inayoendesha mambo ya katiba ati haiwezi kubadilishwa. Kwani hii sheria sisi tulitengeneza hapa Kenya? Kwa bunge hii ya Kenya? Kwani ilitengenezwa mbinguni? Na kama sisi tulitengeneza, mbona tusibadilishe?
Ati somebody wants to suspend the term limits. Again, somebody wants to introduce ati one term itoke 5 years iingie 7 years. Ati one term ikuwe 7 years. Aya, sikiza hapa. Kama ulienda kwa kioo ukapata makende yako inatoshana hapa na hii mkono hii kubwa venye iko. Kama ulienda ukajiangalia kwa kioo ukapata hiyo kende yako imetosha hii mkono, imejaa kwa hii mkono. Introduce hizo term limits zako. Because you know it's been long. Hatujaonana siku mingi. Hatujaonana siku mingi. It has been long. Kama ulienda maybe out na body akakwambia, hey, you have got big balls, your balls are so big, then sasa unafikiria sasa juu uliambiwa your balls are big, you will come out here and utupatie term limits, utuambie you're kidding us.
2027 elections will not happen if this bill is passed into law. The bill seeks to extend the presidential term limit from 5 to 7 years, and shockingly, it is active in Parliament. It is in the second reading stage. The bill also seeks to amend Article 101 to increase the term of an MP from 5 to 7 years, to amend Article 151 to create office of the Prime Minister who will be appointed by the President, to amend Article 177 to increase the term of an MCA from 5 to 7 years, and to amend Article 180 to increase the term of a governor from 5 to 7 years. The bill is in the second reading stage, and it will need to pass the committee stage, the report stage, and the third reading stage before President Ruto approves it into law. This bill was sponsored by Nandi Senator Samson Cherargei. Unfortunately, if the bill is passed into law, the politicians will continue ruling for another 2 years, and the elections may be pushed forward.
So here are the details about that bill in the Senate yenye imeleta shida sana, that seeks to extend the term limits for elected leaders, the president, MPs, governors, and MCAs. First of all, of course, ni answer the big question, does the bill seek to extend the term limits for elected leaders? The Senate leo pale X wamesema the bill does not extend term limits, and that is a lie. Here's the other than the evidence contained in the copy of the bill which has been widely circulated. Of course, hizo clauses za kuongeza term limits inaonekana hapo. There is an article which was published on the official Parliament website, and it's entitled Senate Committee Rejects Cherargei's Constitutional Amendment Bill Amid Overwhelming Public Participation. And in the fourth paragraph, It says, and I quote, "The bill which proposed extending the term limits of the president, members of parliament, governors and county assembly members also sought to introduce the position of the prime minister and modify the Senate's functions within the bicameral system." So the Senate is lying through their teeth. Evidence iko kwa kalatas. Pengine wafute, this article from their website. Yes, it sought to extend presidential term limits and introduce the position of prime minister. Here are more facts regarding the bill. These facts are important because they help to dispel misinformation. Now, the bill was introduced to the Senate in September last year, and in October, there was a public participation exercise, specifically on the 25th of October at KICC. And this is the report that came from the public participation exercise. The public participation exercise at KICC ended up in the Senate Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs and Human Rights rejecting the bill, while out of 168,801 submissions, only 11 stakeholders provided specific comments on the bill's clauses, while the rest overwhelmingly rejected the proposed amendments. Now, is the bill dead? Because that is the big question. Well, the bill is not dead yet, because even after its rejection by that committee, that article on the official parliament website says that the fate of the bill now rests in the hands of its sponsor, Senator Cherargei, who retains the right to move it to the second reading despite the committee's rejection. And for the bill to advance, Senator Cherargei must first secure a seconder for the motion and then marshal sufficient support from his fellow senators. Without adequate backing from the Senate, the bill will not proceed to second reading and will effectively collapse at this stage.
Kwa Senate yetu kuna mswada iko pale Senate na sasa iko second reading. Unajua process ya second reading ama process ya kutengeneza mswada bunge. Sasa the funny part of this mswada ni kuwa ina propose tuongeze the term limit ya president. So president, MCA, MP and governors term limit zao ziongezwe to 7 years. My question is, Ruto na watu wake wakiongozwa na Cherargei wamefanya kazi mzuri sana, wakaperform vizuri, economy ikafanya vizuri for those 3 years. To an extent, they feel 5 years is not enough for them. They are performing very good. Sasa wanataka kujiongezea miaka ingine 4 juu ama 2 juu ya ile wako nayo. So mimi nataka niuliza wa Kenya, are you ready? Mko ready? Mko ready kuongeza ama kwenda referendum? Kwa sababu hiyo mswada haiwezi pitishwa unless ikuje referendum. Mko ready kuongeza term limit ya president to 7 years? Mko ready kuongezea Kasongo another 2 years and his cronies? Watu ambao wameshindwa kuperform kufanya basic thing wanataka waongezewe miaka ingine juu. How now? We are not ready for that. Now let me tell you, if it will cost us to go back to the street, we will go. But hiyo mswada sidhani kama itaona jua. Nyinyi pitisheni huko mtupate.
If you want us to come for you again, then pass the bill. That is a very, very amazing idea. 7 years is a good idea. We are already tired of this guy and you are adding additional 2 years. You greedy fucks. You greedy.
Hiyo maneno ya kucheza na term limit ya president, ati ufikirie Ruto atatutawala miaka ingine 14, sahau, haitawezekana. Watu wanaumia, wewe wanasema Ruto aendelee kuongeza wa extend term limit kutoka miaka 5 ifike 7. Wananchi mnakubali hiyo?
Hapo wakienda hapo ndio tutawachania njia. Mtu ni miaka yako 5, unakuja unaomba ingine, wananchi wakikubali kukupatia ingine 5, that is
There's this theory about changing term limits. You've had the rumor.
That's nonsense. It should not even be a dream. It is seriously being considered, and I am telling William Ruto, don't.
Oh, wow.
Anytime you see any of these busybodies running with these things to parliament, you must know that somebody told them, go test it. And I'm saying it is a terrible nightmare. If they bring it, I would be the first to declare an opposition to that constitutional change, and I would win. I would oppose it right off the top. It will not pass. We need to implement the Constitution first, all aspects of it. And then after we have done that, if there are any areas to be restructured,
Let the citizens be the ones doing it. Not somebody who is going to gain directly from it. He serves 10 years. If he has to be elected the second time, home. If the Kenyans decide not to elect him again, home.
People are thinking maybe after 10 years, Gachagua will step in there.
There's no automatic succession. Everybody must line up and struggle with others.
Lazima ujipange.
Yeah. There's no automatic succession.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
There you have it from the general.
Unajua pale bunge kama soko lingine lolote hakuwezi kosa wazimu. Kuna wazimu pale, siku moja anaamka analeta mswada ambao hauna mbele wala nyuma. Anasema ati anataka yeye amechaguliwa miaka 5, anataka kujiongezea hadi miaka 7.
Yes. Such a shift risk undermining democratic institutions, do you think?
My argument is this: you undermine democratic institutions when you start circumventing the provisions of the Constitution. Because what the other side is propagating is that let us conduct elections after the 5th year. Let's conduct the elections in the 6th year without any legal foundation. So today we say we are accepting 6th year. Tomorrow you'll have a dictator worse than William Ruto and says, no, since you didn't conduct in the 5th year, conduct it in the 7th year. Another one will come up and say, no, since we are now doing it outside the Constitution, there is no red line where to stop.
Right.
You are better off adhering to the black and white letter of the law, because that is predictable, as opposed to leaving it to whims. Because when you leave it to whims, today you may say you are putting pressure on the
Yeah. Wow.
Umevuka kwa mwendo wa aste
Na meenda.
na kuunga mjadala unaosema.
Honestly, you know how it got me?
Yeah.
Because of that.
Of the
that
first
thing
place.
that thing of where you give people an inch and they take a mile. It is my life's mantra not to give the inch so
So they don't take the mile. So what happens now? Okay. Maria.
Uski sasa mazee ati kulingana na lawyer Willis Otieno anasema ati elections zetu zinafaa kukua next year 2026 sio 2027 kwa sababu kulingana na ile katiba yenye tuko nayo inasema that presidential elections zinafaa kufanyika Tuesday ya 2 ya August ya mwaka ya 5 after vile elections imefanywa. Sijui kuna nipata. Yani si ati tufanye elections after miaka 5, tunafaa kufanya elections Tuesday ya 2 ya August ya mwaka enye iko ya 5 after vile elections ili happen. Unaniget? For example, alikuwa anasema ati mtu kama Uhunye ile time fulani yake ya term ya kwanza alifanya kutoka 2013 hadi 2017. Na yeye anasema that 2017 ndio ilikuwa the 5th year after election ile ya mwisho. Unacheki? So yeye anahesabu 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17. Unanipata? Anasema bado that pia election ya 2022 ilifaa kukua 2021. Kuna mtu mwenye alimes mahali hakufuata katiba, aliviolate. Ilifaa kukua 17 yenyewe, 18, 19, 20, 21. Unanipata? Sasa ndio after 21 sasa hizi election ile rightfully zikuje sasa kufanywa 2026. Sijui kama unanipata. Basi hapo hivyo anasema that hata bado saizi vile tuko kutoka 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025 alafu 2026 juu itakuwa mwaka ya 5 after vile elections zilifanyika ile Tuesday ingine sasa. Unanipata? So anasema mazee hatufai kungoja kufanya election 2027. Anasema that tukifanya election 2027 William Ruto atakuwa ameserve miaka 6. Juu sasa tutafika miaka 5 after 2026, then sasa tuende hiyo ingine ya 6 ndio ziko 2027. Sijui kama mnanipata ama mnatuelewa tukiwa na wakili wakili Willis Otieno. Nyinyi mnafeel aje by the after hiyo story? Juu Bazenga amekuwa anasema that kuna vile wa Kenya mazee wana suffer because hawajui hizi mambo mazee na hizi vitu zimeandikwa tu clearly. Anasema that katiba yenye ilikuwa hapo hivyo kitambo before ya 2010, anasema hiyo ndio ilikuwa na mambo ya 5 years term, lakini hii katiba ya saa hizi hakuna penye imesema ati president anafaa kwenda a 5 year term. Hata si president, yani general election zinafaa kuholdiwa after miaka 5. Unanipata? Like inafaa ikiwe on the 5th year after ile election ingine ili happen. Yo, mna feel aje kuhusu hiyo story mazi?
How do you turn this into people calling for what is true and just?
We need to now change the national consciousness. to adhere to the constitution. And the national conversation should move towards what the constitution provides. The unfortunate bit is that the legacy politicians who occupy most of our public spaces, when they speak 2027. What they are doing is they are subconsciously planting in the minds of Kenyans that I was elected for 5 years, my next election will be in 2027. They are controlling the narrative by subconsciously feeding in that year so that the masses don't look into their constitution. So I'm now inviting the media as an ally, and Eric, thanks for inviting me here, that we should be having a conversation by saying, as per our constitution, our elections shall be in 2026, as per our constitution. That now becomes the national conversation. Let them counter by telling us why 2027 and not 2029.
We want to caution MPs who are championing extending the term limits of MPs and elected members in this country. We want to tell you that Kenyans are not with you. We are not with you on that. What we want to hear from you is service delivery. How have you served Kenyans? And what have you done for the 2 years you have been in office? And if you force it on us, we will have an opportunity to respond to you and say enough is enough. The term limits we have for 5 years are more than enough. In fact, what we want to see, maybe if you are reducing it to 3 years, because 5 years are too many. If you think of reducing it to 3 years, we will support you. But increasing to 7 years, that is being insensitive to Kenyans.
Mr. President, let's be honest. You're the only one still bringing up tribalism like it's 1990. We're not fighting over tribes. We're struggling with joblessness, high taxes, police violence, and broken promises. Every time we speak up, you throw in tribal lines hoping we'll look the other way. But guess what? We won't. We're Gen Z. We've got receipts, internet, and zero chill for bad leadership. We don't care what tribe you're from. If you're not serving the people, we'll say it loud. Stop using tribalism to cover failure. It's tired. It's weak. Fix the economy. Protect our freedoms. Respect the people. We've moved on. Maybe it's time you did too.
Safina Party is all about the economy. It is the economy, stupid. And those who will see that it is the economy will join Safina Party. And there are many people who have expressed interest to even contest for positions on Safina Party tickets. At the right time, we are also going to unveil our machine. The engine is being turned on. Safina is coming. You know, a ship comes slowly and gently. You may think you are seeing a small speck somewhere at the back. Before you know it, you see a massive ship. That is Safina. Safina Party, the economy.
So the act is coming.
The act is coming. There are many Kenyans who are joining Safina Party in drafts, and I urge anybody who wishes to join Safina Party. Star 509 hash. Our party code is 034. Safina Party, the vessel for economic emancipation of our people. It's not about legacy politicians, it's about the people and giving power to the hands of the people. That is what Safina Party stands for. And for the first time since independence, let's have an opportunity for our politics to be about the people and giving power to the people, not retaining power in the hands of legacy politicians. And we've always said 2 key components that we'll work on. On the economy, we are very clear, no odious debt. What that means is free education from primary to tertiary, free healthcare. We are going to reduce VAT, 16% VAT, we are going to do away with it. And we are also going to give people an opportunity to get access to credit. The money that is held by banks, government should not borrow that money. That money should be available to Kenyans to borrow.
Okay.
And what that means is this. Interest rates will fall to even 3%. You borrow 1 million, your repayment is only 30,000 in terms of interest. In a year. You borrowed 1 million, you are paying interest of only 30,000. What can't you do? And OCPDs must be elected by the people. It's time the people take control of their security by electing the above. Orders from above will never come from Nairobi. The above will be the people. That is Safina. Anybody who believes in that, welcome to the ARC.
Well, we wish you all the best. You've said it's 18th of September.
Yes.
Ruto simpigi kura. Amenajisi nchi. Bila kutumia hata kondom.
This is Selector Dede.
Wanadhani ya si bongo lala, ikikupita we bongo lala. Na walosema jana iwezi fika leo, tuko ground tunasoza. Hatujikuku mewaka sana, na mabistu wanachafua rada. Na walosema jana iwezi fika leo, tuko ground tunasoza. Hakuna boka, peleke shuleni watasoma. Madaktari wamegoma, hapa sani Yesu atatuponya. Wambie punde imechoka sana, farasi bado ijapatikana. Ni mandai wanagonya na mali wanaponda, unakonda wananona. Maandamano, 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 amise maandamano, maandamano, maandamano,